Steam, you have it, I have it, hell, even your grandma has it. Point is, everyone has it. Some libraries are big, some libraries are small. Some libraries have good titles that are pretty much universally loved games. You, myself included, your mom, we all can pretty much universally agree that these are great games, and these titles are worth having in your Steam library. And I swear on this St. John's Bible, published in 1998, that I have played through Half-Life 2, but for some reason Steam decided not to clock in my hours nor achievements that I rightfully earned in this game, and I just haven't gotten around to playing it again. But on the other hand, we also have some pretty awful titles, games you wouldn't even get if they were being handed out to you for free at the Taco Bell drive-thru. Games so fundamentally awful and broken that they get removed from the store altogether, banished into the furthest depths of the Shadow Realm. But today I'm going to be looking through some of the worst titles I have and give them a pretty comprehensive review. So it would be pretty cool if you could leave a like. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it would really make my day if you could. So with all that nonsense being said, let's get to the first bad game. This game is 100% an asset flip, no doubt about it. I don't even remember buying this game. I feel like this title just manifested itself into my Steam library, probably as a recruitment tool for a terrorist organization. I swear to you, I feel like that's who developed this game. A bunch of digital terrorists that want to make an easy buck, shilling out some garbage game. This game is pretty much your standard FPS shooter, minus everything that makes one good. Everything just feels so stiff. The animations are choppy, and you feel a sense of despair playing it. There aren't really any side objectives. There's really only one, which you receive in a disparaging word salad at the very beginning of the game, like literally as soon as you load into the level. So here we have our first objective. Get to the river. Enemy forces have taken control of a key supply route. It's up to you as a member of the elite anti-terrorist Team Alpha to clear all traces of resistance and get back to supply.
Oh! It burns!
So basically, get from point A to point B in one piece. The game runs like you just ate a whole pizza before a 5K marathon. It reminds me of that story from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I don't really remember the full story, but I'm pretty sure it was about an old man who's friends with another old man. And they're in their final years. They're in some retirement home. One of them has a window view, while the other does not, and the other gets very jealous at the other one. And the one that does tells stories of a beautiful outside world to the other man, causing this man to get jealous. So the man without the view murders the man with the view. And when he finally gets to the window, he realizes it leads straight to a brick wall. The other man was just spitting straight cap to him. That is pretty much what this game looks like. A huge disappointment. The level design is nearly non-existent. There are no wall boundaries. You can literally walk up the hills with no struggle, which leads to a pretty fundamental game design flaw where you can avoid all conflict and just walk straight to the end, no questions asked. I mean, you can literally see the path you have to go. There is no design whatsoever. I beat this garbage in about 20-25 minutes. It's very short. It's just one level. So I figure it'd be hard to please many women with this game, but I will be honest, 25 minutes of this crap is a lot better than 2 hours of this crap. I'd rather have a shorter experience of crappy gameplay than a really long experience of one. So to summarize this game, it sucks. It's 25 minutes of run and gun gameplay with graphics that make the PlayStation 1 look superior, and I never want to touch this game ever again. So let's move on to the next game. This game is nothing short of a cash grab. I received a beta key for this game around November of 2018. I played about 3 minutes of it. Turns out I actually missed the beta, so it was just stuck in my account. This game is $4.99. You will never get back. The promotional images tell a completely different story than what the actual gameplay and game itself is. I'm gonna play the promotional trailer and then the gameplay, and I want you to decide which one is better.
We've got to have money.
It's tagged as a free-to-play game when you have to pay money to play it. I mean, if you go to the discussion tab on the Steam page, you get a lot of people asking what happened to the game, and it's changed from the alpha version 2.0 or whatever to its current state. I'm just gonna read a few of the posts people have put on here. Confused.com had this wish listed for some time, and this looks like a completely different game. Looking at the store page screens, the screenshots versus the description screen/vids below that are completely different. Some of the UI are completely from Rust. I can't believe that the game would go from the way it was shown previously to this. Something seems off about this that makes me believe the assets that were used previously didn't belong to this game, or maybe weren't even in this game. What happened? I last played this before the alpha was closed on 5/19, and this was a completely different game. Now some of the assets are the same, but overall, this is like a massive remake of what was already done. In the 5/19 alpha, there was already much more content. A few more vehicles, boxes, multiple levels of gear/weapons, crafting stations. Now there are only 3 crafting stations, one of which can't even be placed down. Though there is one in the start to smelt ore. There are no storage boxes, and the vehicles are gone. There's no way to craft ammo, and the traders say they are out of stock. The deer I killed dropped ammo, but not for the guns that are craftable. Yet it dropped no meat, but it's simply the game has been remade for whatever reason, and it is nothing like the alpha before, nor the adverts shown. The gifts on the store page are a totally different game, a better looking one to be honest. I'm not sure any of this feels right, early access or not. Those are not even the same UI anymore, lol. It's misleading. What the hell happened? I remember being interested in this game years ago. I followed media for a good while. Now this looks like a completely different game, and far less interesting. What happened? So as you can tell, a lot of people aren't happy with this game, and I'll be honest, I didn't even know this released May 10th of this year, and it appears most of the players have dropped off from the release date. If you look at the review graph, which most of them are negative. I literally only found one person online currently playing, which I'm pretty sure is just the developer, but they also had a 9,999 ping, so they must be on Mars and currently viewing a slideshow. I will say my highlight while playing this game was a 15-minute chase I had with one of the animals trying to kill it to harvest whatever uranium ores that were stored beneath the fat of this beast, which was unsuccessful. You know, I was really pushing it, I was pressing that shift button down. I was determined to get the grub, but in the end it was unsuccessful and I just ended up offing myself when I couldn't go on any further. So to summarize this game, it gargles spoiled milk. Spoiled milk is exactly what fueled the next developer into making the next game. Just a little note for the people that are prone to seizures or have epilepsy in the audience, please skip to this time in the video. I'd hate for something bad to happen on my accord, so I'm just giving you a fair warning right here. Alright, I'm gonna resume the video. Fun little story about this game is for some reason I am friends with the developer on Steam. I don't actually know him, he is just listed as one of my friends on Steam. In my Steam friends list or whatever, I'm pretty sure he added me to give a positive review on his game, which in return I responded telling him to go kick rocks. I want to show you this short video, which will give you a general gist of who this guy is.
What's up guys? Just heard about this new game company. They're kind of rookie at the market. The name is Manic Mind Game Lab. I think it's worth it to check out what's happening here. What the fuck, man?
Dude, I'm so hot.
Wow, what's that? Wow. Manic Mind Game Lab. I think it's here where the shit happens. What's happening, man?
Nephew, what the fuck is that? What is it?
This game is made with Blender and it runs in it as well. Hence the terrible code, physics, graphics, controls, and everything else. And I am not trying to throw shade at Blender. It's a wonderful engine which can be used to make pretty spectacular animations, but when the game's being developed at the local trap house, it's not gonna look very good. And it's no surprise this developer was nuked completely from Steam. You can still see remnants of his work through the defunct Steam Greenlight, but that's about as much of a glimpse into the past you will get when it comes to this absolute garbage. It basically functions like a Trials game, where you accelerate from left to right along along a set track littered with obstacles. It does have a little bit of the Happy Wheels touch to it when it comes to its gore, and by gore I mean it's very shoddy in nature, with your head being lobbed off, leaving a trail of blood drops. This is the actual resolution in the game. I have just scaled it up to make it look presentable.
What in the goddamn?
The main character you play as is a monster, a being that got too close to the elephant's foot. I only played this game for about 7 minutes, and then I just stopped playing. There is no enjoyment to be found within this game, and calling it a game is probably the wrong terminology. It's more of a torture device used to extract information from you. And I'll be honest, it really doesn't surprise me that the developer was just banned from Steam, because I don't think there's a single person that would find enjoyment playing this shit aside from the developer. But that brings us to the final game we will be talking about today. I know, it's very sad. I have about 265 other games I could be talking about that are scattered throughout my Steam library, but I chose to talk about this one because it's bad. This has to be the worst game in the entire Resident Evil franchise. I don't even understand why Capcom decided to make an esports game, but that's what this is. And if you think about it, what's two things that go together? Definitely not Resident Evil and esports. Those two are at least 500 miles away from each other, each tucked away in a safety deposit box, never to go near each other ever again. It's an absolute pile of crap in every possible way. It runs the same way your car would if you poured water in the gas tank. I couldn't even find one single person to play with. I waited for about a good 15 to 20 minutes and no one came online. That just shows you how dead the player base is, which is pretty ironic considering it's a zombie game. Apparently there are a small, dedicated amount of people that actually still play this game for whatever reason. Hopefully they get help soon, but the only way I could experience this game was through the Experiment, which is a pretty repetitive single player mode where you have to collect DNA samples and set up transmitters. Everything just feels so sluggish. I don't know if you've ever played this game before, but you'd know what I'm talking about. For some reason in the single player mode, there is a cover mechanic. Like, what good would that do you? These are zombies, not special forces. And for some strange reason, the character you play as always holds their pistol so close to their head. I'm surprised they haven't lost their hearing. Like, who honestly holds their gun like that? There were a couple of moments I found humorous while playing, and I will now show you the ones that struck me as pretty humorous.
Sample obtained.
I gotta turn off this music. Holy crap, man. It's so irritating.
There it is.
So to summarize my experience with this game, it's a gigantic pile of poop. It's not fun to play, it doesn't run well, and I'm not surprised it's been forgotten by most people. But that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Like I said in the beginning, if you liked the video, it would really help me out if you could drop a like. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it would genuinely help me out. I have like 1 subscriber, and that 1 subscriber is my mom. I'm just messing with you, but I hope you all have a pretty good rest of your day. Peace out.